publisher data or subscriber data, and that's what we are going to see in this video. So here in Google browser, you can just type Cayenne IoT, and you can see you have Cayenne sign up my devices. And if you click that, you can see you have a page that is cayenne.mydevices.com, and you can just click on login. After, if you click on login, you will get this page. That is, you will be asked for email and password, which you have not created. So we'll have to create it. So you'll have to click on sign up. So once we have clicked on sign up, what we'll have to do is we can enter our first name and last name, email, and then your password and confirmation password. And then once it is done, you can give a verification from your email, and then your login will be ready. It's a usual sign up procedure where you which you can find everywhere. And now once it is done, you will have your login. That is, you can enter your login credentials and then get into Cayenne website. So once logged in, you can you will have this page. So after entering a login and password, you will have to enter, and you can see this page. This Cayenne is actually a free IoT dashboard where you can even use it in PC or even mobile development. You can create your own dashboards, and you can have some GUI where you can monitor or actuate your devices in using ESP8266 or ESP32 or Raspberry Pi or Arduino, whatever device. And here, after you get this page, you will have to click on all devices. So here in all devices, you can select generic ESP8266, and you can see we have certain data here, that is MQTT username and MQTT password and client ID. So these are very much required. You can see here it shows waiting for the board to connect. So it is like we have to use these credentials to enter into this make ESP get connected to the dashboard. So we are going to use this code. Once this is ready, we can keep it on hold, and we'll get into Arduino ID. I believe we have our ESP8266, and that is NodeMCU library installed. So now what we are going to do is click on sketch, and then include library and manage library. Then you can wait for the libraries to be updated here, and then after getting it updated, we can search for Cayenne library here. So we'll have to type Cayenne, and you can see here Cayenne MQTT by my devices that is already installed, and you can actually install once you have installed this, you can close it, and you will have your library package installed, and you can see it which will be available in your examples. So Cayenne MQTT is available. You have the basics where you can send data and receive data, and what we are going to do is here, based on that, I have a simple code which will help you to just publish the data to the dashboard, and then also we can subscribe data from the dashboard. So we are going to work on the dashboard as well as I'm going to explain the code very simply. Here we have to enter the MQTT which we discussed, that is MQTT new username and your MQTT password and the client ID. So what I'm going to do is copy that MQTT username from here and then paste it. Then again I'm going to copy MQTT password. So each of the user will have a unique MQTT ID, password, username and client ID. And now I'm going to paste. So MQTT client ID, and here you can see the header files, that is hash include cayenne mqttsp8266.h, and here we have our SSID. We are using our NodeMCU, so we'll have to enter our SSID and Wi-Fi password, which here is your hotspot name and your password. So here I'm using my own hotspot, where it is Realme, and my password is just 123456778. And then we have void setup. Just to see debug the data, you can use serial begin, and you can you can see here cayenne.begin, username, password, client ID, and SSID and Wi-Fi password, and these are these are five variables, and to say an array passed as an argument here. And then we have our pin mode, that is int LED equal to 16, the GPIO, which is actually used in ESP8266, which is an onboard LED. So we are configuring the pin mode as that is the LED direction to be output, so we can actuate from the dashboard. And then we have our loop, where we a white loop, we use cayenne.loop. And then I have published data, that is going to be my function. I'll show you what is it. And here in published data, I have in my val equal to random data, that is random of 0 to 100. So we can get values between 0 to 100, random values, which is the default built-in function of Arduino. And then we have cayenne.virtual write v0, that is the channel which we are going to write to the dashboard, which I'll show you now. And then my val, so this will publish the value my val to channel 0 v0. And then we have cayenne underscore vin of v1. V1 is a function argument which is passed to this function. And then it returns get value dot as int, and which will be either 1 or 0, digital 1 or 0. And based on that, we are going to switch on our LED, that is for the onboard LED. If we make it low, it gets switched on, and if we make it high, it switches off. So LED is here, the pin number 16. So we have an onboard LED on ESP8266, which gets switched on and off based on the input that is getting from that is got from the dashboard. So let's get into the dashboard here. So what I'm going to do is, first, if everything is done here, if we have everything ready, we will have to upload the code. So I have selected NodeMCU ESP8266, that is a 12E module. So now what I'm going to do is upload the code to the board. My board is connected already, and here you can see my board is connected to COM3, and the code is about to get uploaded to the board. Now my board is getting uploaded with the code. So once the code gets uploaded, the ESP device gets connected to my hotspot, and then it tries to log in to the dashboard. So it is like it tries to get connected to the Cayenne dashboard. Now you can see we have automatically, once the device gets connected, it gets into this dashboard page. And I pushed a random data in channel 0. You can see that it is showing you here the random data, that is 2836, and random data from ESP8266. And you can click on data to have a table view, and it is like waiting for live data, and it tries to update the data here. And now what we'll do is try to add a widget here. So what we'll have to do is click on add new and device widget. Here we have custom widgets, and we'll simply select a gauge. And gauge, you can name that as temperature. We'll assume this random data is temperature, and then we can select this as analog sensor, and then analog channel 0, minimum value is 0 and the maximum value 100, and then we'll have to click on add widget. Now we have our widget added here, and it is like pushing random data here, and you can see the label, and we can actually change the colors also here. Like you will have to click on settings, and you can see that is like from 0 to 33 you have green, and 34 to 66 you have yellow, and 67 to 100 you have red. You can change this color like whichever you want, and if you want minimal to be red or the maximum to be green, this can be changed here. And now you can see that we have a gauge, that is a widget which is added, and it is on live. And now what we are going to do is we are publishing a data from ESP8266, and we have set up a gauge here in the dashboard, a Cayenne dashboard. Now we will add a button to activate an LED on, the actuate a LED on the onboard LED which we discussed, that is connected to pin number 16, GPIO 16. So what we are going to do is again click on add new device widget, and we can click on custom widgets. You can see we have many options: tank, proximity, slider, all those things. Now we have button widget. You can actually select it, name it as LED control, and then we'll select this as digital actuator, and unit to be digital 071, and we have our channel here selected as V1, so we'll make this as 1 here, channel 1, and then you can choose an icon for button. So I'll select button 1, and then we can add this widget here. Now we have the button widget. If you want, we can expand this a little, and now we can just click on this button, and you can see we have a change on our board, that is LED gets switched on and off on the board. And now it is like we have a button which is trying on the dashboard, which is sending an input, that is we are sending an input from the dashboard and to control our board GPIOs. That is like we can have a home automation system, and then we can connect the ESP8266 GPIOs to a relay, and then we can control a fan or light or any home automation kind of devices from anywhere from the world. Or you can monitor the status of any device, like if you want to monitor soil moisture, or if you want to monitor temperature. All those things can be seen through a gauge or whatever you want. And we have many widgets here. You can explore here, in device widget. You can see we have more boards also to be like, even you can use Raspberry Pi, Arduino, ESP32, and ESP8266 and more. And we have more sensor to be interfaced, and the custom widgets, and more to see in this cloud. You even have a mobile. We have a mobile development platform, and there's a free cloud which you can use for your projects. And even you can make your own product and just use this cloud. And this is what I wanted to discuss in this video. And you can also try, you can explore more in this cloud. We have more microcontrollers, sensors, actuators, and single board computers, even LoRa. You can explore on this, and try new things. And this is a basic which I'm explaining here is just a basic, like to just publish and publish data to the cloud, and actuate a device from the cloud. So that's what we have seen in this video. We'll meet in another video. Thank you. Thanks a lot.